We are now in season 4 of NBA 2K25, and what better to start off a new season than giving y'all the best jump shots on the game right now. Now, with a new season comes new animations, and this is the season of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so that is the only new animation we got. And I just don't think that this can beat the jump shots that I'm going to be giving you guys. And now, before I show you guys the jump shots, don't just take my word for it. As you guys can see, with 1,500 games played, I shoot almost 62% from 3 with a 93 win percentage. But this is mainly for the 3-point percentage. This is me playing point guard on around 85 to 90% of the games I've played, shooting the majority of threes and mid-ranges. So when it comes to jump shots, I know what I'm talking about. In this video, I'll be giving you guys a jump shot for every build. Whether you're 6'4" or below, whether you're 6'5" to 6'9", or whether you are 6'10" or taller, trust me, there will be at least one jump shot for you shown in this video. Now, of course, I do want to say, if you guys have seen any of these jump shots before on my channel, it's because I've showed them. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not just going to upload a jump shot video and put out new jump shots just to get you guys to try new ones. I'm going to give you guys the best jump shots that have worked consistently all year. New jump shots don't really just pop out of the blue, and when they do, I will show you guys. But these jump shots have been consistent basically all year long. I'll show you guys gameplay with a few of them. But alright, enough talking. Let's get into the best jump shots on NBA 2K25. Season 4. Now, really quickly, before we get into the jump shots, there are a few settings you should know that'll just help you shoot better if you haven't already done that. Now, first things first, you should be playing on high risk reward. This just gives you the most consistent green window if you're timing your shots correctly. There's no reason not to be playing on this. And then in my opinion, the most important thing to really help your jump shots and your shooting percentage is right here, your hot zones. These are an absolute must, as well as your lethal zones. You need to get these to improve your jump shots. These can boost your percentages from each zone by as little as 10%. And just to show you guys, this is my shooting percentages right now. As you see on this build, I don't go to the paint, and this is only on 2s, but you see how well I shoot. I'm shooting basically 70% from every single spot on the floor except for 3. And that's just because of my hot zones, my consistent jump shot that I'm going to give you, and this next tip. But yeah, hot zones and especially lethal zones are a must. As you guys can see, I put my lethal zones where I tend to shoot from the most. That's of course where you should always put your lethal zones. Next, come over to your animations, go to customize HUD, and you should have your perfect release animation on all shots. Then come over to shot meter shots and put your visibility for shots off. You should never have your jump shot meter on, just so you have the highest green window possible. And then if you are a point guard, I would recommend using simple, just so you know if you green the shot right away, so that you can either 1, get back on a fast break or guard the opponent team's decks, or 2, get open yourself on offense off ball if you do miss the shot. And then if you're a center or a popper, I would recommend all shots. I would only use simple as a point guard. And then the last tip is just buy boosts. It's that simple. As a point guard, you should have 2 boosts every game, and that's the ones I have here: Jump Shot and Gatorade Thirst Quencher. You don't need to waste VC on anything else. You don't even need the Gatorade, although it's important. But if you're a point guard that is the ball handler and you are shooting the ball, Jump Shot boosts are an absolute must, and they're only 150 VC each, 200 each. So it's not like it's that expensive. You need Jump Shot boost, you need Gatorade Thirst Quencher. All these little tips that I gave you, add them all up and they can change how you shoot on this game. But alright, that's it for the tips I know you guys are here for. Let's get into the first jump shot of the video. Now, the first jump shot in the video is right here for guards 6'4" or below. Cam Thomas, Oscar Robertson, Kyrie Irving, 65-35, very quick, and you are 3 ticks past push. Now, I have shown you guys this jumper a few times this year. I know I have, and that's just because it has been consistent. I mean, why change your jumper when it's consistent? Now, I have changed my jump shot from this, not because this was broke. I was still shooting like 65+% with this jumper from 3. Try it out. But I switched to the jumper I'm going to show you next. Now, I will show you guys gameplay with this jump shot. Actually, let me show you guys gameplay right now, showing you guys this jump shot. Like, I literally have thousands of games played using this jump shot. I have used this jumper all year long, and it has never let me down. Like I said, I just recently changed jump shot just because of how I've been playing recently. I need a faster jump shot. This is definitely still the most consistent jumper, and it's fast too, as you guys can see. This is probably like the fastest, one of the fastest jump shots you can get pre-starter 4. The jump shot I'm going to show you guys after this is a starter 4 jump shot. But yeah, like I said, I've logged thousands of games with this jumper. One of my favorite of all time. That's why I've showed you guys it so much. Absolutely love it. Give it a try. Here it is one more time. But all right, now let me show you guys the jump shot I'm using right now. So the second shot I'm showing you guys right here is the same as the first when it comes to the uppers and the blending. I just like those uppers and that blending. But the base is different, as you guys can see. Patrick Mills as the base here. Unfortunately, for this jump shot, you do need to be a starter 4, which is why I hate that I have to include it in the video. But it's the jump shot that I swapped to. When I was telling you guys I switched my jump shot, it's to this. And it's not because that last jump shot that Cam Thomas was inconsistent by any means. It's just in this game, you need a fast jump shot. And this is just as consistent and just faster. It's that simple. Now on this jump shot, I'm going to be telling you guys my exact release, of course, just because I want you guys to know exactly what my jumper is. And that is exactly 10 ticks past push, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's where you put this jump shot. You put this 10 ticks past push. And the reason why I have this a little bit past push is just like I explained, it's extremely fast, but needing to get your jump shot off very quickly this year is super important. I was holding off on changing my jump shot to Patty Mills for the longest, but let me show you guys what this jump shot looks like in game. And it's crazy because this right here is the event that made me put it on. I tried it versus the bots in this Kia event, and I actually really like the jump shots. Like that is why I really like it. It's hard to get a contest on this jump shot because of how quick it is. And you would think, oh, it's so quick that it's hard to time, but it's really not. Like, it's not even that fast. I'm actually feel like I'm holding my shot button for like a decently long time. It just has a very quick release with how the contest system is. So try this jump shot out. I'm going to show you guys it one more time. That was the last shot right there, but it just looks smooth and it feels smooth. And there's one more thing about jump shots that I want to show you guys about guards. And this is extremely important. Let's get into that. And now when it comes to jump shots, especially for us little guards, I needed to include this in there. The dribble pull-up. There's 2, I guess 3 viable dribble pull-ups, but I would recommend you use 2 of them, or at least give 2 of them a shot. And the first one, the one that I use, Chris Paul. I think you should use this no matter what. I just have gotten used to every fade. It is, in my opinion, the best. But if for some reason you don't like Chris Paul, try out Pro 2. I know a lot of guards that do still use Pro 2. I do know some guards that use Devin Booker. I personally would go Chris Paul, Pro 2, then Devin Booker, but I've just stuck with Chris Paul. Let me show you guys what the Chris Paul looks like in game. And for some reason, all my clips were basically me fading left, but the right fade is extremely smooth. But yeah, you either get this slow one or this really fast one right here. The fast one's green window is like, I don't know why. The green window is like so big on that one right there, the one that's super fast, and the one that's slow is so easy to time and adjust to. And then the fade to the right is also good. So yeah, try Chris Paul. But now let's get into the best jump shots for anybody 6'5" to 6'9". So the first build I would recommend for any of you builds that are 6'5" to 6'9", whether you're an ISO player, just a tall guard, a popper, a tall spot up, is right here. Jalen Tyson, Charles Bassey, OG Anunoby, 53-47%, of course, max release speed, and this is 15 ticks past push. Now I only have one build above 6'5", and this is the jump shot that I actually use on it. It is extremely cash. Definitely my favorite jumper. Whenever one of my teammates is on a build like this, they ask for a jump shot, this is always the one I recommend. Just think it's the most consistent base. As you can see, you jump high, it's smooth, good releases here. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, so let me do that right now. And it just has a very smooth feeling to it, as you guys can see. You guys always ask me, cool, when do you release the jump shot? I release it right when it's at the flick of the wrist. It's very simple. For basically every jumper that I use, the flick of the wrist is when I let go of X. I don't rhythm shoot. I only shoot with X on Xbox, square on PlayStation, and on every jump shot I use, it's normally just feeling, but if I'm looking at my player, then I release the shoot button at the flick of the wrist. As you guys can see, all greens. That's the Jalen Tyson shot. Now let's get into the next jump shot for these taller builds. So the next jump shot for taller builds is right here. Jarrett Culver, Oscar Robertson, Charles Bassey, 62% Oscar, 38% Charles Bassey, of course, max release speed, and I think on this one you are 17 ticks past push. If you guys played 2K24, this is just Tracy McGrady, right? These last two jump shots that I showed you guys, Tyson and now Culver, have kind of been meta all year for these taller builds, and like I said, nothing has really changed. The only new jump shot we got this season was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so you can try that if you want, but try these two out first. I would recommend Tyson, but if for some reason you don't like Tyson, try this out. Let me show you guys what this one looks like. So like I said, it's basically just Tracy McGrady from last year. It's definitely a unique base. That's the thing. The Tyson base was smooth. This one's unique. This one's actually really good for like spot ups, because once again, I see how I shoot from the flick of the wrist, but like, yeah, I can see spot ups liking this build. But I don't know, still, I just think that Tyson is just better than this. But try what you want, and of course, like I said, release it at the flick of the wrist. But yeah, this is the two taller jump shots. Now let's get into the best jump shots for you center builds. You builds that are 6'10" or taller. Let's get into it. So now when it comes to you taller builds, you centers, this is what I think the best jump shot is. It's kind of just been universally recognized that Jonathan Isaac is the best base for you taller builds. So mess with your uppers, and this is what I think the best one is. Chris Bosh, Rashard Lewis, 65-35, of course, max release speed, and that is 10 ticks past push. Now, as you guys can see, you need at least an 80 mid or 3-point to get this. So if you don't have that, I'm going to give you guys another jump shot after this for lower 3-points, because I know you taller builds kind of struggle to get stuff in the 80s. Your 3-point mid-range is kind of in the 70s. So I'll give you a jump shot for that. But if you do have a high mid or 3-point and you can, try this. I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like. But yeah, Jonathan Isaac base, Chris Bosh upper release 1, Rashard Lewis, just a bunch of really good tall shooters, and of course they blend to make a great jump shot. Let me show you guys what this looks like. Now this Jonathan Isaac jump shot is very unique. As you guys can see, your wrist flicks like crazy, but that's what makes it extremely easy to time. As you guys can see, I'm greening every shot. Obviously, it's going to make me shoot a white eventually, but it's very easy to time with the flick of your wrist. Obviously, these taller builds, what are you doing the majority of time? You're spotting up. You're not really dribbling and ISOing. So what you just need to do is hit these spot ups, and with the flick of your wrist, when you release it, right when he's about to flick his wrist, is when you want to release it on this build. Very consistent. Try this out, but like I said, if you don't have this high of a 3-point rating, let me show you guys an alternative jump shot for you taller builds without this high of a rating. So if you don't have at least an 80 rating, this is what I would try. You only need a 76 mid or 3-point, which you should have if you are a shooting build, and this is it. Instead of Chris Bosh, you go Charles Bassey upper, and you guys are going to see the jump shot's actually going to change a lot. You definitely still flick your wrist, but it looks different. And this jump shot's very good too. As you see, one of the most important things for these taller builds is the release height. Why? Because you're already extremely tall. So if you have an extremely high release, then they're not going to get contest, which makes every shot you take open, which means every single shot you take should go in if it's open and you have a high A+ release height. But let me show you guys what this jump shot looks like in game. It's just like the last one, except low-key, you release it a little bit higher. And, I mean, just like the last one, you guys release it with the flick of your wrist. I know I've said that like 20 to 30 times this video, but every single time I upload a jump shot video, I get about half the comments are filled with, well, when do you release it? Well, when do you release the jump shot? And I'm trying to let you guys know, with every jump shot I use, it's two things. One, either just user timing, right? I've shot it a million times, you guys can see, or I look at my player, and right when his wrist is about to flick is when I let go of X. Those are the two easiest ways that I remember jump shot timing. You guys see I'm greening literally every single thing. I ain't gonna lie. This jump shot is better than the first one I just showed you guys. It feels better and everything. I would try this one out. But yeah, these are the two jump shots I would recommend for these taller builds. Wow, I cannot believe how cash this jump shot actually is. So that's it for the best jump shots on Season 4 of NBA 2K25. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and you try out at least one of the jump shots I showed you for your build, if not both of them. As you guys can see, I am on my new build, a two-way sharpshooter. I will show you guys this in the future, but more importantly, I am over 95% to Veteran 2. I can't wait to hit that. Show you guys my builds when I get those cap breakers, but obviously, this was mainly for the jump shots for Season 4. Hope you guys enjoy this season, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and try out one of the jump shots I showed. If you guys did enjoy this video or this helped you out in any way, please do me a favor and drop a like, sub if you're new, and